Hi friends, welcome to this video on packetizer activity configuring EtherChannel. In this packetizer activity, we are going to configure a basic switch settings, then configure an EtherChannel with the Cisco PAGP. Then we will configure an 802.3 AD LACP EtherChannel, and we will configure a redundant EtherChannel link. In this topology, we can see three switches have been installed. So here we can see redundant uplinks between these switches. So here only one of these links could be used. Otherwise, a bridging loop might occur. So however, using only one link utilizes only half of the available bandwidth. EtherChannel allows up to 8 redundant links to be bundled together into one logical link. So how we will do that? We are going to see in this packetizer activity. Here we are going to use two protocol. One is PAGP. This is nothing but the port aggregation protocol. It's a Cisco EtherChannel protocol. Also, we are going to use LACP, that is a link aggregation control protocol. Now we will come to part 1. Configure basic switch settings. Configure basic switch parameters. Assign each switch a host name according to the topology diagram. Well, here we can see that S1, S2 and S3. So here we are going to set the host name. We will come to S1 first. Enable configure terminal. Here we are going to set the host name as N1. Next we will go to S2. Enable configure terminal. Here we are going to set the host name as S2. We'll go to S3. Enable configure terminal, host name as S3. Next is configure all required ports as trunks depending on the connections between devices. If the ports are configured with dynamic auto mode and you do not set the mode of the ports to trunk, the links do not form trunks and remain access ports. The default mode on a 2960 switch is dynamic auto. Right. So we will configure all the ports as trunks. The topology, here we can see on S1 the interface gigabit Ethernet 0/1 and 0/2. Also we can see the interfaces fast Ethernet 0/21 and 22. So these ports we are going to convert to the mode as trunk. So we'll come to S1. Right. Okay, we will go to the interface. We will give the range gigabit Ethernet 0/1 till 2. Yes, here we are going to give a switch port mode as a trunk. Also we are going to the range of interfaces, interface range fast Ethernet. We have 0/21 to 22, and here we are going to give a switch port mode as a trunk. Now we will check on S2. Here we can see the interfaces gigabit Ethernet 0/1 and 0/2 is connecting to S1, and here we can see fast Ethernet 0/23 and 0/24 is connecting to S3. Yes, we will do the configuration here now. We'll go to the interface range gigabit Ethernet 0/1 to 2. And we are going to give the switch port mode as a trunk. Now we will go to the interface range fast Ethernet 0/23 to 24, and here we are going to give a switch port mode as a trunk. Now we will come to S3. Here we can see fast Ethernet 0/21 and 22 is connected to S1, and 23, 24 is connected to S2. So we will come to the configuration. S3 Right, here we are going to the interface, range of interfaces. So fast Ethernet 0/21 to 24. Here we are going to give a switch port mode as a trunk. Yes, before we had seen a note about dynamic auto mode. So if it is enabled, once you enable the trunk on the one side of the switch, automatically the other side also will be become this trunk mode. So here we can do only we may have to do these four interfaces and these two interfaces, so remaining will be automatically convert to the mode trunk. Now we will come to part 2, configure an Ether channel with a Cisco PAGP. The given note here: when configuring Ether channels, it is recommended to shut down the physical ports being grouped on both devices before configuring them into channel groups. Otherwise, the Ether channel misconfig guard may place these ports into error disabled state. The ports and port channels can be re-enabled after Ether channel is configured well. We will do that. Now we will come to step 1, configure port channel 1. The first Ether channel created for this activity aggregates ports. Yeah, we have seen that PAGP. Ports fast Ethernet 0/22 and 21 between S1 and S3. Yes, here we can see that ports 21 and 22 here. Yes. Use the show interfaces trunk command to ensure that you have an active trunk link for those two links. Right, we will verify that on S1. Enable, here we are going to give a show interface trunk. And here we can see that two interfaces, fast Ethernet 0/21 and 22 is trunking. Next is on both switches, add ports fast Ethernet 0/21 and 22 to port channel 1 with the channel group 1 mode desirable. Yes, so here we are going to give the mode as a desirable. The mode desirable option enables the switch to actively negotiate to form a PAGP link. Right, we will do this configuration on S1 now. Coming to S1, right. So we will go to configure terminal. We are going to the interface range. We have fast Ethernet 0/21 and 22. Here, first of all, we are going to shut down this. Yes, now we are going to create the channel group with the number 1. Yes, and they specified the mode as desirable. Here we can see the different modes: active, auto, desirable, on, passive, etc. So here we are going to give a specified that is desirable. Yes. Now we are going to give a Noshit command. Now we will do it on S3. Enable configure terminal. We are going to the interface range fast Ethernet 0/21 to 22. We'll shut down it. Here we are going to give a channel group as 1 and the mode is desirable. Now we are going to give the Noshit command. Yes. In the topology we can see the changes on both sides. We can see the links are up. Next is configure the logical interface to become a trunk by first entering the interface port channel, then the number command, and then the switch port mode trunk command. Add this configuration to both switches. Yes, we will do this now. We will come to S1 first. Here we will exit from here, and here we are going to interface port channel 1. Then we will give a switch port mode as a trunk. Now we will go to a switch 3. So we are going to exit and we will go to interface port channel 1, and here we are going to give a switch port mode as a trunk. Now we will come to step 2. Verify port channel 1 status. Issue the show EtherChannel summary command to verify that EtherChannel is working on both switches. This command displays the type of EtherChannel, the ports utilized, and port states. Well, we will verify this port channel 1 status on both switches. First we will come to S1. So here we will give show EtherChannel summary, right? Yes, here we can see the details. Number of channel groups use 1, number of aggregators 1, and here we can see the other details. We are using protocol PAGP and the ports are 0/21 and 0/22. Well, now we will come to switch 3. Here we'll give a show EtherChannel summary. Here also we can see the details. Next is if the EtherChannel does not come up, shut down the physical interfaces on both ends of the EtherChannel and then bring them back up again. This involves using a shutdown command on those interfaces followed by a no shutdown command a few seconds later. Anyway, here it was working for us, and the show interfaces trunk and show spanning tree commands also show the port channel as one logical link. Well, we will check these two show commands on these two switches. First of all, we will come to S1, right? Here we are going to give a show interfaces trunk, and we have to check for the port. Yes, here we can see that port 1, that is trunking. Yes. Okay, well, now we will give next command show spanning tree. Here also we can see this they are talking about the port 1. Yes. Now we will go to part 3. Configure an 802.3 ADLACP EtherChannel. Configure port channel 2. In 2000, the IEEE released 802.3 AD, which is an open standard version of EtherChannel. Right. What we have seen previously is Cisco proprietary protocol. Using the previous commands, configure the link between S1 and S2 on ports G0/1 and G0/2 as an LACP EtherChannel. We must use a different port channel number on S1 than 1 because you already use that in the previous step. Yes, already we have used this one. To configure a port channel as LACP, use the interface configuration mode, channel group, the number we have to specify, mode active, that's the command what we have to give. Active mode indicates that the switch actively tries to negotiate that the link as LACP as opposed to PAGP, right? Here we are going to configure between S1 and S2. Here we can see the interfaces gigabit Ethernet 0/1 and 0/2, and to other side also we can see gigabit Ethernet 0/1 and 0/2. First of all, we will come to S1. Right, here we are going to give a configure terminal. We will go to the interface range gigabit Ethernet 0/1 to 2. First of all, we will shut down it. Then we will give a channel group. We are going to specify the number 2, mode as active. Now we are going to give a Noshit command here. Yes. Now we will exit and we will go to this port channel interface, port channel 2, and we will give switch port mode as trunk. We will come to S2, enable configure terminal. Here we are going to the interface range gigabit Ethernet 0/1 to 2, and first of all we are going to shut down it. Then we will create the channel group. Here we are going to create the group as 2, as the same what we created on S1, and mode is active. Now we will give a Noshit command. Also we have to go to this port channel interface, port channel 2, and we are going to give the switch port mode as a trunk. Now here we can see between S1 and S2 the interfaces on both sides are the links are up. Now we will come to step 2. Verify port channels 2 status. Use the show commands from part 1 step 2 to verify the status of port channel 2. Look for the protocol used by each port. Yes, so here we are going to verify the port channel 2 status. We will come to S1. Here we will give first show EtherChannel summary and we can check it. Yes, here we can see the both protocols on S1. This is the protocol what we created first, and now we created LACP, the interfaces. Here the ports we can see gigabit Ethernet 0/1 and 0/2. Now we'll give a show interfaces trunk. Here we can see port 2 is also trunking. Now we will give a show spanning tree. Yes, here we can see the details. Now we will come to part 4. Configure a redundant EtherChannel link. That's step 1. Configure port channel 3. There are various ways to enter the channel group number mode command. Interface range fast Ethernet 0/23 to 24. Then they are giving the channel group 3, then mode. Here we can see the different modes already shown that, right? Now on switch S2 add ports F0/23 and 0/24 to port channel 3 with the channel group 3 mode passive command. The passive option indicates that you want the switch to use LACP only if another LACP device is detected. Statically configure port channel 3 as a trunk interface. Well, we will come to this configuration now. We will come to S2. Right. Configure terminal. We are going to the interface range fast Ethernet 0/23 to 24. We will shut down it first. Then we will create the channel group 3 with the mode as passive, and we will give a Noshit command here. Also we will go to this interface port channel 3 and we will give the switch port mode as trunk. Now on switch S3 add ports fast Ethernet 0/23 and 24 to port channel 3 with the channel group 3 mode as active command. The active option indicates that you want the switch to use LACP unconditionally. Statically configure port channel 3 as a trunk interface. Yes, we will do it on S3. Coming to S3, enable configure terminal. We have to go to the interface range fast Ethernet 0/23 to 24. First we will shut down it. Oops, we have to shut down it first. Yes, now we will create the channel group 3 with the mode active. Yes, now we will give Noshit command. Then we have to go to that interface port channel 3. So interface port channel 3, and we are going to give the switch port mode as a trunk. Now we will come to step 2. Verify port channel 3 status. Use the show commands from part 1 step 2 to verify the status of port channel 3. Look for the protocol used by each port. Yes, we will do this now. Coming to S2. Here we are going to give a show. We have EtherChannel summary. Yes, here we can see that, and the port also we can see. Right, we'll see show interface trunk. Yes, we can see the details here. Also we will give show spanning tree. Yes, now we will go to S3. Show EtherChannel summary. Yes, here we can see the details with the protocols and ports. Show interface trunk. Yes, these are all trunking. And we have show spanning tree. Yes. Yes, now we will come to port channel 2 is not operative because spanning tree protocol placed some ports into blocking mode. Unfortunately, those ports were gigabit ports. To restore these ports, configure S1 to be primary route for VLAN 1 or set the priority to 24576. Yes, in this topology here we can see on S1 because of spanning tree protocol, port channel 2 is not operative here, and these blocked ports are gigabit ports. So now what we will do, we will restore these ports. For that we will come to S1, enable configure terminal. Here we are going to give a spanning tree VLAN 1 root primary, or we can give this command spanning tree VLAN 1. We can specify the priority as they given 2, 4, 5, 7, 6. Right, no need to give these both commands, anyone can be given. Now we can see in the topology the blocked ports is come to S3. Previously it was on S1 and it was blocking this gigabit port. Now it is blocking the fast Ethernet. Here we can see the completion status 100 out of 100. Also this packet tracer activity is very easy. Also it is very important. Friends, if you have any doubt in this EtherChannel, please comment below. Also, if you like my video, give a thumb. And don't forget to subscribe the channel so that you will get latest uploading video info into your Gmail. Bye-bye.